Why narcissists hate Sigma males, the harsh truth. We all know someone who cannot seem to stop talking about themselves. The type who always has a story that tops yours or a tale of glory that just has to be told, again and again. Narcissists. To them, the world is one grand stage with a single brilliant star in the spotlight. They thrive on admiration, validation, and quite frankly, the sense that they are cut from a cloth finer than the rest of us. Every encounter, every conversation, every shared moment must reinforce their vision of themselves as extraordinary. They will take anything, and twist it to reflect well on them, because, in their eyes, it is only natural that they are adored. But as charming as narcissists may appear at first glance, their true colors often reveal themselves over time. Now, throw a Sigma male into the mix, and you have yourself a recipe for a silent war. Narcissists, who are used to wielding influence, tend to bristle at the sight of someone who does not play along with their game. Sigmas, those self-reliant and often enigmatic individuals, are like a glitch in the narcissist's carefully coded world. A Sigma will not fall in line. He will not feed the narcissist's ego, and he certainly will not be swayed by empty gestures of power or status. It is the ultimate affront to a narcissist who relies on control, admiration, and a steady supply of followers to feel secure. What is it about Sigmas that drives narcissists up the wall? Well, here are the 8 reasons why narcissists hate Sigma males. 1. Sigmas cannot be guilt-tripped. To a narcissist, guilt is a weapon of choice. It's a subtle psychological game where they imply that their wants and whims are actually your responsibilities. They try to use guilt as a leash, hoping their target will eventually fall in line to make up for their supposed wrongs. They might say things like, "After all I have done for you," or "You would not leave me hanging, would you?" These statements are loaded with guilt-tripping intentions designed to keep others under their control. But try as they might, narcissists find themselves up against a brick wall when they pull this with a Sigma. A Sigma male's sense of self isn't fragile, nor is he prone to second-guessing his choices based on someone else's emotional whims. He has his own moral compass and doesn't need anyone's permission to follow it. So when the narcissist tries to unleash their usual guilt-laden arsenal, they are left confused and frustrated. They're used to people bending over backward to avoid conflict or disapproval. But Sigmas operate on an entirely different frequency. They aren't afraid of someone's disappointment, nor do they feel compelled to validate every feeling thrown their way. This lack of response to guilt is like a glass of cold water in the face for narcissists. They just can't comprehend someone who won't take on their burdens willingly, and even worse, doesn't even feel bad about it. 2. They treat narcissists like normal people. Narcissists feed on admiration. To them, every interaction is a mini-stage where they should be seen as the center, the hero, the all-knowing figure. So imagine their shock when a Sigma male treats them with the same detached politeness he would give to any passerby. Narcissists aren't wired to handle indifference, especially not from someone who is otherwise intriguing. They want to be looked up to, not looked at. And to a Sigma, admiration isn't something given lightly, if at all. Sigma males do not flatter, nor do they have an interest in adding people to some mental fan club. This straightforwardness is kryptonite to the narcissist's craving for attention. It's like showing a child their toy is just a regular piece of plastic. Nothing special, nothing worth worshipping. When they realize the Sigma's respect has to be earned, not demanded, the frustration mounts. The narcissist's entire strategy crumbles in the face of this quiet defiance, exposing their desire to control as nothing more than a hollow need for validation. 3. Sigma's non-reactivity neutralizes them. Narcissists are experts at provoking reactions. They thrive on emotional highs and lows, anything that keeps the conversation centered around them. Whether it is anger, frustration, or even admiration, a narcissist craves the energy that comes from emotional reactivity. It gives them a sense of control and importance. But Sigmas are hard to provoke. When someone tries to push a Sigma's buttons, they are often met with nothing more than a calm, blank stare, the kind that says, "I've already seen it all, and this isn't worth my time." Narcissists hate this level of detachment because it denies them the satisfaction of pulling the strings. By staying emotionally steady, Sigmas throw narcissists into a loop. The Sigma's lack of reactivity means that the narcissist has nothing to feed on, no drama to amplify. It's like trying to light a fire with damp wood. This refusal to rise to the bait renders the narcissist's efforts meaningless, and the frustration that follows is palpable. They may try harder, only to be met with the same calm resistance, which is an insult to the narcissist's ego and an indirect blow to their grandiosity. 4. Sigma males don't allow narcissists to mirror their identity. One of the most insidious tactics narcissists use is identity mirroring. They study their target, pick up their mannerisms, and reflect them back, creating a false sense of closeness. But when they try this with a Sigma, they come up empty-handed. Sigma males are notoriously difficult to read and even harder to imitate. Their self-contained nature doesn't offer much for a narcissist to latch onto, leaving the narcissist floundering for a sense of control. This lack of mirroring frustrates the narcissist, as they're accustomed to wrapping themselves in their target's identity like a cloak. But with a Sigma, they're left exposed, unable to blend in or manipulate. The Sigma's refusal to engage in this identity-sharing ritual is both a shield and a sword, denying the narcissist any leverage. If you're enjoying this video, support us by liking it, and feel free to share it with your contacts, even the narcissists out there. These are exactly the truths they don't want to hear. 5. Their presence exposes the narcissist's insecurities. A narcissist is like a castle built on sand. A Sigma male's presence, grounded and self-assured, only highlights the cracks in that foundation. Narcissists usually rely on the insecurities of others to boost their own sense of superiority. But a Sigma doesn't carry that baggage. He isn't concerned with appearances or shallow validations, and that exposes the narcissist's insecurities in brutal clarity. Suddenly, the narcissist finds themselves in the uncomfortable position of feeling out of their depth, and it's not a feeling they handle well. What infuriates the narcissist even more is that this exposure isn't intentional. Sigmas aren't setting traps or playing games. They're simply being themselves. It's this unintentional revelation that is particularly jarring. It forces the narcissist to look at themselves with a clarity they usually avoid, making it nearly impossible for them to ignore the truth. And for someone who lives in a carefully crafted illusion, this forced self-awareness is nothing short of unbearable. 6. Sigmas don't acknowledge narcissists' victim complex. If there's one thing narcissists love, it's playing the victim card. They love to paint themselves as misunderstood, wronged, or persecuted in some way, using their supposed victimhood to manipulate others into feeling sorry for them. They want people to rally around them, offering sympathy and support. But Sigma males don't buy into this narrative. They see the story for what it is, a carefully crafted manipulation. They listen, perhaps nod politely, but they don't engage beyond that. A Sigma's refusal to validate this victimhood takes away one of the narcissist's favorite weapons. Sigmas have no time for false victimhood. They know that everyone faces challenges in life, and they do not believe in coddling someone who uses those challenges as a manipulation tactic. When a narcissist tries to pull the victim card with a Sigma, it falls flat. The Sigma's no-nonsense approach to life leaves no room for the narcissist's pity party. And without an audience to indulge their sob stories, the narcissist is left floundering, unable to draw the sympathy they so desperately crave. 7. They don't fall for their grandiose claims. A narcissist can hardly resist flaunting their achievements. They will boast about their accomplishments, inflate their successes, and even make up stories to make themselves look more impressive. They want everyone to believe that they are larger than life, that they are somehow superior to everyone else. Well, unfortunately for them, Sigmas aren't so easily dazzled. They see through the facade and recognize the bluster for what it is, a show with little substance. Sigmas value authenticity, and they don't have time for self-inflated stories with no backing. When narcissists realize that their grandiosity isn't impressing the Sigma, They feel a sting that's hard to ignore. The Sigma's refusal to react with awe breaks them. This brutal honesty is like sandpaper to a narcissist's fragile self-esteem, rubbing away the polished exterior to reveal the hollow interior underneath. 8. Sigmas don't feed into narcissists' delusional reality. Narcissists live in a self-crafted world, a reality tailored to their needs and preferences. Narcissists create their own reality, one where they are always right, always the victim, and always the most important person in the room. They expect others to play along with this false narrative, bending reality to fit the narcissist's version of the truth. But Sigmas do not play along. They live in the real world, and they are not about to indulge someone else's delusional version of it. When a narcissist starts distorting reality, whether through lies, exaggeration, or twisted logic, the Sigma remains firmly grounded. They do not entertain fantasies or false narratives. For them, facts are facts, and they refuse to let anyone, especially a narcissist, bend those facts to suit their agenda. This refusal to feed into the narcissist's false reality drives them up the wall. Narcissists rely on others to validate their version of events, to affirm their lies, and make them feel like they are always in the right. But when a Sigma stands their ground, refusing to play along, it punctures the narcissist's carefully constructed world. The Sigma's ability to stick to the truth, even in the face of the narcissist's manipulative tactics, leaves the narcissist powerless. And nothing terrifies a narcissist more than losing their grip on the reality they have worked so hard to distort. 9. They don't fall for the narcissist's plans for triangulation. One of the more sinister tactics narcissists use to maintain control is triangulation. This involves pulling a third party into a conflict or relationship to manipulate emotions and gain power over others. It is a classic divide and conquer strategy. The narcissist pits people against each other, creating jealousy, competition, or resentment, all to keep the focus on themselves. Triangulation allows the narcissist to maintain control by keeping others off balance and uncertain. But Sigmas are not pawns in anyone's game. They see triangulation for what it is, a manipulative attempt to control the dynamics between people. When a narcissist tries to pit the Sigma against someone else or pull them into a convoluted emotional drama, the Sigma opts out. They refuse to play the game. Sigmas have no interest in engaging in petty power plays, and they are certainly not going to let a narcissist dictate their relationships or emotions. This refusal to participate in triangulation undermines the narcissist's entire strategy, leaving them without a foothold. Without people to manipulate, the narcissist's plans fall apart, and that sends them spiraling. There you have it. If you loved watching the video, encourage us with a like and share it so others can see it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.